Listen.
If you do not understand white supremacy, what it is, and how it works, everything else that you understand will only confuse you. Now, sometimes people say, well, you mean everything that I understand will confuse me if I don't understand racism? Yes, because racism is the dominant political and religious motivating force among the people of the planet in all 9 areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. That covers just about everything that any person, minute by minute, might be doing or engaged in any time of day or night, anywhere on the planet. Constructive conversation. That's one thing that is woefully lacking all over the world, and particularly here in the Northwestern Hemisphere, and particularly among people of color, particularly people who are classified as black. Constructive conversation is woefully, painfully lacking all day long. You hear conversations or arguments mostly, and you try to say, now, what is constructive about this? What am I listening to here on this bus? And there's someone on a phone back on the bus talking to the top of their voice, screaming, yelling. And is this constructive conversation? In other words, constructive conversation means when that conversation or that talk, you can't sometimes call it conversation, sounds like an argument all the time, an argument. We should never have arguments. We should always have conversations. Conversations are designed to come to a conclusion that's going to solve a problem in the best possible manner. An argument is just designed to win an argument, or to generate another argument that's designed to win an argument. So it just goes on and on and on, and it escalates hostility. That's what an argument does. It brings on greater and greater and greater hostility. And from the hostility comes conflict. Greater verbal conflict, meaning the conversation gets to be name-calling and accusations and counter-accusations. Next thing you know, that leads to what? A fight.
Yeah, fight.
And what does the fight lead to? It leads to killing, which black people have plenty of. But if we had constructive contact, we would just make sure anything that I say is going to have a constructive result. Otherwise, I'm not saying it.
Yes, sir.
And the way you avoid non-constructive conflict, and most conflicts are non-constructive, is you don't engage in anything but constructive contact. And usually you do that through words. So if you don't have anything constructive to say, try to do your best not to say anything at all. Silence. Black people in the Northwestern Hemisphere need tons and tons and tons and tons of absolute silence. Nobody's saying anything, period. We're not very, you might say, to use the word good, we're not very good at it. We're not very good at it at all, at all, at all. It's just terrible. If you just, we make eye contact. All of our contacts are just loaded with hostility because we are very poisonous people. The system of racism has just loaded all of us up with poison. And we can't look at each other without, hey, we want to get something on. What do we mean by that? Conflict. And when the words come behind it, what you looking at me for? or in the grocery line. I mean, you know, you can almost feel the tension as the baskets begin to form between people and whatnot. If anybody makes eye contact, you got to watch out. Is this going to be a gunfight situation? I mean, you can almost feel it coming. You can feel it coming. We have this thing. This is why for years I said when black people see each other coming, they should go the other way. I mean, I'm talking about 2 blocks away so that their paths don't even cross. So that they don't even get in contact, don't even get close enough to each other to talk. Well, when I first started saying that back in the 1990s, people would laugh, but at the same time, it was nervous laughter because many people said, that's kind of true of us. I mean, even when we spot each other 2 blocks away, we start forming opinions and getting it in our mind that if we come anywhere close to each other, we're supposed to get our fist balled up. A couple of years ago, a young fellow was getting on the subway. Mm-hmm. No, he was passing by a bus stop, and another young black male was standing there with his grandmother. And he said, "What you looking at me for? You don't know me. What you keep looking over here for? You got something for me? You got something for me?" And then he pulled out his gun and killed the guy. Mm. And the boy wasn't even looking at him. The boy was looking at something down the street that his grandmother was trying to point out. Looking past him. Mm-hmm. But he died right there at the bus stop. That type of thing. I mean, we are loaded with poison. We are just loaded with it. You can feel it walking up on a bus stop. And already there's 5 or 6 black people huddled together there. You can almost feel it. Hey, I need to walk past this bus stop. I don't even need to stand here with us because something ugly is going to happen. Somebody's going to say something ugly. And then that's going to add to some more ugliness. And the next thing you know, you got a small riot between 5 and 6 people on a bus stop. Whereas if they didn't attack with each other at all, which is real healthy for black people. See, in other words, I've often said, hey, the black person who is about to explode and whatnot, just transfer that black person from what we call the ghetto to where he or she is surrounded by nothing but white folks. Just a whole bunch of white faces. Little old white ladies pushing a shopping cart. White people walking their dogs. I mean, that black person becomes more thoughtful, more considerate, and quieter. Now, some people have said they've seen some cartoons of my work on the internet that have been presented, and that it pretty well embellishes what I have been trying to say in my textbooks. And to the extent that it does that, well, that has been, from what I understand, some people reported to me, a plus. Because they didn't understand what I had written very well, but when they saw those cartoons that just repeated what I was saying and attaching my name to it, and came right out of the book, the material did, they say that they better understood it. And I can understand that because people are kind of visual, particularly in the year 2021 now, more visual than ever.